Welcome to the Running Network Show. Join us each time as we explore the people, the places, and the events that shape our great sport.
Okay, this is the block away from where me and Mitchell Garner stayed. It's a major intersection here in Beijing. As you can see, they have a complete bicycle lane in these major streets here. You should see them come by here. It's amazing with all the bicycles and cars and trucks and buses that there's not more accidents. I was here for 2 full weeks. I never saw one. I talked to some friends. They said they may have seen 1 or 2 in a period of 2.5 weeks. Absolutely amazing how they keep traffic moving here in a city of almost 17 million people, and with cars and buses and pedestrians and everything else. It truly is amazing. They do have some very good order here in Beijing, and it's truly a sight to behold here in the city of Beijing, and especially if they're mixing the old with the new. Here for the Olympics, they put up banners everywhere with the Beijing 2008. Very colorful banners. That's what I also noticed about China here. They like a lot of colors, and if you noticed, if you watched their opening, closing ceremonies, they like to use a lot of lights. They're definitely in the cutting edge of digital lighting and all the stuff they can do with lighting. It's absolutely amazing. Gives quite a show for everything they do, and definitely a wave of the future is use digital lighting. Use a lot less energy per light bulb compared to, like I said, incandescent lamp or whatever other types of things. The digital LED phase is definitely an energy saver. This corner here, this is, you see the flower stuff. They really planted a lot of flowers, trees. I'm surprised in a city that is this large, there's this much greenery all over the city. Even on this major boulevard, there are trees all up and down, and the Chinese locust trees, or Chinese elm, and of course I got some of them in my backyard in non-native species, to Michigan, and we have a couple of pedestrians that kind of want to come through here, but they decide to go around. Well, I'm not going to hinder their process here, but like I said, and they really revere water and nature here when they have a chance to. Some of the gardens I went to here in Beijing were absolutely phenomenal, especially the Emperor's Garden behind the Forbidden City. That was phenomenal there, and just seemed like you were in another world altogether. I really enjoyed going over there. Getting around by taxi here is incredibly cheap. You go from one part of the city to the other. It's based on the yuan, which is 7 to 1 basically, and you go around the city for $2, $3, $4 US dollars. Really, it isn't like being in New York City where you go 8 blocks and you got a $20 cab ride. You go across the city here for about $3. So, but the subway system is state of the art. In fact, they just had opened up a couple of lines here within the last month, and that really got people around. It was amazing up at the Olympic complex how quickly they could move 100,000 people in and out of that complex during major events. Within an hour, you could have everybody out of there or getting in there. The amount of security gates they had it down pat, people going through the metal detectors and going through stuff. The security here was great, and they kept it moving fairly quickly, so you never really had to wait in line. The first couple days a little slow, but once they got it down pat, they were great, and everybody's very friendly. That was the best thing about being here. The hospitality of the Chinese people was phenomenal. I give my hats off to them, and you said a couple words in Chinese to them. Even if you didn't, you said hello, good morning to them. They always had a smile on their face, and they would bend over backwards. They had over 100,000 volunteers here And that's a real testimony to the Chinese, how much they really wanted to put on this Olympics. Of course, their whole national being was putting on these Olympics, and they came off without a hitch. It was truly probably one of the greatest Olympic Games. I've been to 6 Olympic Games as a competitor in '88. Went down to Atlanta in '92 for about a week, and then I've been to the last 4: Salt Lake, Athens, Torino, and here. And I have to say, for the amount of athletes and everything they had to do here, this has to rank as probably one of the greatest Olympics that I've been to or ever seen on TV or anything. It just outdid itself with the amount of people they had around everything, and what they put together was absolutely phenomenal. And to go back to track and field here very quickly, some of our gold medal performances were definitely over the top, especially the 4x400 with a new Olympic record. To see Angelo Taylor run 400 meter hurdles and do an open 400, I wonder what he could do in an open 400. Could he be maybe beating Jeremy Warner and LaShawn Barrett? But the hurdles is his specialty. And Brian Clay once again winning the decathlon. Dawn Harper winning the hurdles. And for the silver medals, I thought, we had the big sweep in the 400 meter hurdles and 400 meter open, so we picked up our medals. Oh, Haley's Fountain, she ended up moving up to a silver after she had won a bronze, but she moved up to a silver because the silver medalist was caught with some doping in her system. Whatever she had used, I can't even pronounce all that stuff. It's almost foreign to me. But anyway, she was caught with some steroid, and with her test, both of her tests came back positive after her competition. So Elise Fountain, congratulations to her for moving up to silver. I think our sprinters did really well, with especially Walter Dix coming up with a silver, a bronze in the 100, and then, like I said, that was absolutely great for him to do that. So overall, we had some great performances here, and I think the U.S. team has a lot to be proud of. Like I said, we've had some trying times in USA Track and Field, but now we have a new CEO with Doug Logan, and I think he's really going to clean up the sport, and we'll move forward. USA Track and Field, is going to keep moving forward. Americans love to run and sprint and throw things. A real testimony of that is when I was over into the Olympics just 3 weeks ago. We had 10,000 kids show up for that meet over here in Michigan. So we always have kids coming into the pipeline. Okay, the Russians did very well in track. As usual, they picked up a major amount of medals in events that are high technique events. They picked up three more medals in the walks. They picked up in the triple jump, some of the long jump. They pick up medals in the pole vaults. They seem to pick up on the high technique events, which has always been a specialty for the Russians. It's tough to be winning medals in all the running events against the Americans and the sprints, and then the Africans in the distance events. So they go towards high technique events, and it works to their advantage. They're always a good, strong track and field team, but their 4x400 for the women gave our women a run for their money, and with our women coming up, and I still give them my hats off to the Russian women. They're still finishing right next to the American women in the 4x400. But this is my wrap up here in China, and I would say that anybody who ever wants to come here, the Chinese you'll have a great trip here, and Beijing is definitely an up and rising city.